So it's like I get to, I guess, what is it? Ingest ice cream through my eyeballs. Hello everybody, my name is Tiara. Welcome to the Love Stitch Knits podcast. How are you? It has honestly been a very long day. Right now it is 10:41 p.m. Eastern where I am, and that's a little wild. I had a long day, and this is actually my second time recording this video. I recorded it earlier when Arya went to take a nap, but then I felt like I was rushing. I felt like I rushed through this, and not only that, but my microphone stopped picking up sound halfway through, so the whole thing needed to be redone anyways. So here I am, back again, ready to talk. Calmed down. I was also hopped up on caffeine earlier too, so you can only imagine how that was going for me as well. So I'm definitely in a better state of mind. I'm in a better place. I'm ready to do this. So let's do this. Today we are going to do what we usually do: finished objects, works in progress. We're going to talk about frogging today because I'm going through it with some of my projects. And then I want to share some acquisitions from some friends dear to my heart, and also from new makers as well. Well, new to me makers, what I mean. Some discoveries, some Instagram discoveries. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. So I hope you have a project. I hope you have something to work on, something to drink, something to eat. I hope you're staying hydrated. So yeah, let's get into it. Staying hydrated. So the first thing we always talk about is finished objects, and I have one finished object this week, and that is my vanilla latte socks. The vanilla latte pattern is free on Ravelry. I knit these out of Malabrigo Malabrigo Sock in the colorway chocolate. There's another word like amaretto, amaru, something like that goes after chocolate, but we're just going to call this Malabrigo Sock in chocolate. And the variegated colorway is 29 Bridges Studio Go-To Sock in the color Pet Rock. And you can see that. It is fantastic. It is gray and brown and orange and blue, and it's beautiful. The brown is a very tonal brown. So yeah, these came out so perfect for me. I'm so happy with them. My modifications were I did 64 stitches on a size 0 needle because I find that that's, the gauge that I need. That's the gauge that I'm kind of working with for socks. And we'll go more into that later because what a whirlwind of going through sock trial and errors. It took me about a week to knit this one and a week to knit this one. This one it took me a week to knit because I knit the whole thing and unknit the whole thing again. And this one took me a week because I was really busy at work this week. So I usually knit socks when I'm at work and we're slow. So I don't know if I guess it's a good thing we haven't been slow at work, huh? But if you follow me on Instagram at The Love Stitch, you would have seen my mistake that I made in the second sock, which I think is it's whatever. It just shows you that this is handmade. But in the pattern, the ribbon goes 6, knit 6, purl 2, knit 6, purl 2, knit 6, like that. But you can see here that this one is a little thinner and this one's a little wider because I did 6 to 5 to 7 2. So it made me laugh. It was really funny because I'm just like, yeah, I'm not redoing this. and I just went ahead and made that the back of the sock, and I went ahead with the pattern on the front. And with this pattern, the ribbing is not centered along the front of it, but I don't care. So I just did it the way you would, with 32 stitches in the front, 32 stitches in the back, and just knit down the front. And when you're wearing it, you can't tell, so it doesn't really matter. But yes, I am in love with these socks. They came out perfect. It gave me a lot of perspective on what socks should be like. They are so simple and easy to do. So I think I'm ready to move on to my next sock, which will be the Toadstool Socks, the Magic Toadstool Socks by Stone Knits. I talked about this last week. I've been talking about these like crazy, and I'm finally ready to cast them on, to challenge myself a little bit with some color work. So that's exciting. That'll be something I do this week. I think I was planning on, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about what I have in my queue, what's coming to be like my next cast-ons. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But that's it for finished objects. Just this girl right here. And I forgot to say, I keep saying, I feel like I said that already, but with these socks, I affectionately coined them the mocha latte socks because they're brown and not like white. So that is my only finished object I have. The next thing we will talk about is works in progress. And here is what I am now calling the hell sweater because it's been putting me through hell. So this is my no frills pattern by Petite Knit on Ravelry. It's not size inclusive, so I definitely recommend knitting the Cozy Classic Raglan instead, which is size inclusive. That's by Jessie May on Ravelry. I don't normally knit non-inclusive patterns, but I started this one before I knew about any of that, when I was a newbie knitter, before I had a chance to care, pay attention, and be mindful. So now we're only promoting size inclusive pattern makers, and I've dropped so many stitches on here just now, so please give me a moment. Alright, so when I say that this sweater has caused me hell, I am not kidding. So last episode when I showed you guys this sweater, it wasn't finished. It just had like the body left and the arms weren't done at all. So I set goals for myself to finish the body and then finish first sleeve. And so I finished the body and then I finished the first sleeve and I tried the sweater on and the body was too short, which is completely my fault, which is the power of knitting, is that every mistake that you do is your own fault, and that is a wild ride. But what happened was I initially tried on the sweater and I was thinking, it's a kind of an awkward length because I know that I want it cropped. I want it to be able to fit into my high waist jeans without being bulky. So I knew that I wanted it cropped. So I was like, oh, maybe it's too long. So I frogged back 2 inches and just started the ribbing and did that. And I was like, okay, maybe it's just me being crazy, but it looks okay. I think I can freak it. I think I can make it work. I went ahead and then I went on to do the sleeve, and I did finish the sleeve, but this also is wild too. So what happened with the sleeve is that I decided I was sick and tired of the sweater and I didn't want to alternate skeins anymore, which I think is really funny because you can't really tell, but I can tell that this part does not have as many speckles as this part because these are 2 different pieces of balls of separate skeins. I don't know what happened. And then this part is completely and utterly different because it's a whole brand new wound up skein and it looks a lot more orange and pink and it's super speckled. And anybody who's not a knitter will not care or notice. But I care. But I notice, but I don't care. I don't care. This sweater has been causing me so much. Let me put it on. Okay, so like I'm saying, like this sweater is causing me so much stress. Because I guess I messed this up from the very beginning because I didn't alternate skeins for the raglan portion of this. If you can see, that the it's super variegated here, and then in the body, I did decide to alternate skeins, but around this point is where I decided to stop alternating skeins again, and just do because this is where I fogged back the body and did the ribbing, and it was this short, and it was weird because you couldn't tuck it in. So I had to keep knitting on the body instead. So I fogged back the entire ribbing, and I started knitting on the body, did this 2 inches, and now I'm doing the ribbing for another 2 inches. So it will actually fit inside of a pair of jeans. And then, I don't know how it happened, but I lost my needle tip stopper things. So I've got a lot of loose stitches hanging out here. But this is how the sleeve came out, and I think this is actually the way it fits is actually the way I want it to fit. So she definitely needs a good blocking since I've been changing skeins so much. But now I'm just trying to finish the body again on this sweater so I can move on. I'm not even gonna jump right into doing the second sleeve. I'm not gonna do it. I'm going to give myself like a good break again from the sweater, a hiatus, because not only that, the fit is driving me crazy and the sweater is driving me crazy, but also it's silk mohair blend, so it's itchy. Like all that, and then it's itchy. Like I wish when I had bought I wish back then, I wish past Baby's Knitter Tiara knew the power of Surrey silk. I wish she knew. I wish she knew that Surrey silk was soft and it felt good against her skin, and that mohair was just going to be itchy and terrible. It's not unbearable. It's definitely like I probably like how I'm wearing a little tank top. I'll probably have to wear a little tank top underneath to keep me from being too itchy because I can bear it on my arms. And I'm sure like after blocking it'll get softer and everything. But yeah, it's pretty itchy, and it definitely deters me from knitting another sweater that I was going to knit, which was the diaphanous raglan. I was going to knit that in black, but I was going to knit it with mohair, and it's not happening, homie. It's not happening for me. I'm going to probably look into finding. Oh, I will use the body yarn. That's the Madeline Tosh Onyx. Did I say it? Onyx? Onyx? I will be using that yarn, but I'm definitely going to look for a Surrey silk alternative for the mohair part to just avoid all the itchy, because I'm not gonna say it's unbearable, but it's just a little itchy. But I mean, when it comes down to it, I do like the way this sweater looks. I am liking it. It's definitely bigger and fit. It's like oversized because my gauge was not where it should have been. But it's an oversized pullover, and it's good. She's good. She's just causing me so much stress. So to the back burner she goes. And so that brings me to showing progress on this blanket that I showed you guys in the last episode as well. Once again, I'm in the middle of a row. Once again, I don't know where my stitch holders, my needle stopper things are. So all my stitches are falling off the needles. Can you guys tell that I'm like going through it? Can you tell that I'm stressed out and my knitting is driving me crazy? But of course I'm in the middle of a row again. For some reason I stop in the middle of the row on this blanket. But when I'm knitting blankets, I stop in the middle of the row because I believe it was the other blanket the last time. But I went ahead and finished out adding this ball of yarn, and now I'm starting on the white ball of yarn. And then I have one more of these red yarns to go, and then this blanket will be done. So whenever I have a chance and I'm sitting downstairs where I keep this blanket on the couch, I work on it. And Aria sits next to me and she asks me if it's finished yet, and she'll curl up on the side, so I'll have it this way, and she'll like snuggle up in the side that's finished. And she's just waiting for it. So hopefully this month will be the finishing when I finish this one. And that's all I have. That's all I have for whips right now. Just the hell sweater and the progress on the blanket that's going. So now we're going to move into this next segment called I frogged it. What did I frog? I frogged my Mermaid Avenue socks. So those were a nightmare as well. Basically, I went and I took the time and I was diligent and I finished the pattern. The pattern is not like potato chippy. It's not just like keep watching, keep going, keep knitting on it, whatever. It's easy. No, you have to pay attention to this pattern because of the fish scale element. Like, it's not quick going, and you have to be mindful about tension and all these things. And that's all fine, and I don't mind doing stuff like that. But then when I finished the sock, it was too big because I hadn't found my sock recipe yet. So like on my vanilla latte socks, it's 64 stitches knit on size 0 needles, but I knit the Mermaid Avenue 64 stitches on size 1, so all my stitches were too big, and it messed up the gauge was wrong, and the sock was so loose, it was like wearing a jacket on my foot, and it was terrible. And it just made me so sad, and it didn't really make the yarn look the way I wanted it to. Like, the yarn looked kind of dull in the pattern, and that made me sad too. And the product just made me so unhappy that I just undid the whole thing, and I'm not going to finish those socks. Maybe another day, another yarn, another me, but not right now. Like, can you see like all the tension I have going on talking about these socks? It was so sad. I definitely mourned the loss of those socks. What I plan on doing instead is, this is the yarn, like I showed before. It is junk yarn, the Usagi colorway. It's got like a little bit of, I believe it's called Stellina in it, so it's a little sparkly. She's real cute. The yarn's all fuzzy now, she's a little worn, but I believe she will still make a beautiful project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pair of, I believe they're called lemon and lavender socks. And I think they're a free pattern. I think they are. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this for the body, junk yarn, Usagi, and I'm going to use Sorella's Rapunzel colorway from like a year ago. And so with these two together, this pink and this purple, I think that they will go really well with this is the stripes, and then this is the body. And it'll be just a nice vanilla sock with stripes, something to really show the yarn and just let it do its thing. Yeah, woo! But, so the order is, I'm going to do the Magic Toadstool socks, and then I'm going to do the lemon and lavender sock, because it's going to be like hard sock, easy sock, hard something hard, something vanilla. Or if I'm like going through the Toadstool sock and it's causing me like stress, I will have this to fall back on as a project, to start a different sock, do something new, refresh your palette here, And while we're talking about socks and fit, I'm going to let you guys know right now that I am going to, again, hear me out, again, re-knit this sock. These are my first socks, my peanut butter and jelly socks, the Hermione's Everyday sock, my bad. And what I did was I knit this 56 stitches up here on a size 1 needle. Down here I only decreased to 64 stitches and knit the body, thinking that the stockinette would make it tight enough. After wearing my vanilla latte socks, I realized that the fit on the foot of this is ridiculous. It's also like wearing a jacket. So I'm not going to, change the heel or anything. I'm not going to go back all the way to the heel. I'm just going to knit the body on a size 0 needle and just redo that part. So I'm literally just going to like pick out the Kitchener's stitch and just frog it back, switch it to do a size 0 needle all the way down, and so that it actually will fit my foot. Because I'm finding that my recipe is either size 56 on size 1 needles, 56 stitches on size 1 needles, or it's 64 stitches on size 0 needles. Either of those work fine for me. I love the way that the cuff fit. When I put it on today, I remembered. I was like, yeah, the cuff is like real nice and snug, but the foot is so wide, so loose. So when I get a chance, I'm going to take the time and just frog and redo. and I will be pleased. I know I will be pleased. I will love these even more. I just know it. So that brings me to my favorite part of the podcast is acquisitions. Because like you guys know, like I know, I love buying things. I'm a shopaholic. I just love collecting things. I love having things. I love admiring the things that I purchase. I'm blessed to be able to do these things. I should slow down. I do slow down. I try to budget. I'm working on it, guys. I really am. But acquisitions, and these are acquisitions that are all close to my heart. These are all acquisitions that I hope that you guys love as much as I do. So the first things that I'm going to show you guys are these two. The company is Yarn by Stu. She is a Russia-based maker, dyer, indie dyer. These are just beautiful, beautiful purples. This one is called Bellatrix on the Sock Stu base, and then this one is Moondust on the Twisted Sock Stu. This one is 2-ply, this one is 4-ply. Both are 75-25%. 75% merino, 25% nylon. So I hope you enjoy looking at these as much as I love enjoy looking at these. This purple is so beautiful. This lavender going on, this speckled variegated lavender with some dark blue, some black in it. This black with some purple in it. It's kind of ashy. I'm really loving these. I didn't know that the ply was different. I didn't know that this was 2 and this was 4. But I don't think I care either. I don't know how much it matters, to be honest. And I think I was planning on using these in a shawl anyways. So maybe it just doesn't matter, but maybe it might matter a lot. So if you know if it matters, if you think it matters about ply when you're knitting something like a shawl that is usually done in like sections or you can see the colors, let me know. Let me know if it truly does matter. And the next ones that I want to show you guys are from Cat Sandwich Fibers. That's MJ. She's Cat Sandwich Fibers on Instagram. She is a person of color maker. She makes beautiful yarns, and these are the yarns that I purchased. You might have seen these on my Instagram if you follow me on Instagram, but these are the ones that I purchased. This one is called Italian Ice, I believe. It's on the smoothie base. It's a nice yellow cream going on here, ivory color with these beautiful, super speckled sections with like blue, purple, hot pink. I'm not a hot pink kind of girl, but I'm this kind of hot pink kind of girl, you know? And to go in the same direction, I got this one. She calls this a Willy Nilly 002. This one is, so I guess it's like a one-of-a-kind colorway, but it's got this very nice vibrant purple, these orangey pinks, this base color which is like a nice light pink. This is very orangey over here. She looks real good, and it's got a lot of speckling here in this section as well. I got these two together, maybe not with the intention of putting them together, but maybe they will look good together. Either way, they're super soft and remind me of ice cream, and I don't eat ice cream. So it's like I get to, I guess, what is it? Ingest ice cream through my eyeballs? I'm ingesting ice cream through my eyeballs. But I don't know. So, yeah, I bought these literally just for fun. Just to add them to my stash, to my collection, to say I got Cat Sandwich Fiber yarns. Maybe that's wasteful. Maybe it's not, because I'll end up using them somehow, some way. So, yeah. Super, super happy to be able to get my hands on these. And oh, the next set of yarns I'm about to show you. Aren't you guys in for a treat? I'm so happy to have finally got this package, and it was a box. It was a big box of yarn, and when it arrived on my doorstep, it was like, the gods are calling me. They were like, knock, knock, here, open your door. You've been waiting for this. It's here now. And so I was so excited to finally receive my order from Big Little Yarn Co. That's Mel from Cozy Cardigans. She's Cozy Cardigans podcast here on YouTube. She's Cozy_Cardigans on Instagram. She's also the owner of Big Little Yarn Co. That's at Big Little Yarn Co. on Instagram. And you heard me talk about her last week because of my peanut butter and jelly socks. You're hearing me talk about her again because Melanie is a genius. I'm going to keep saying it. Melanie is a genius. I don't know how her brain works. I don't know how she got so talented at putting color on fiber, but she is amazing. Beginning to end, amazing. Melanie, I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to keep buying your yarn. Let's hope I can knit as fast as you can dye yarn. But yeah, so I'm just going to show you guys, I'm going to dive right in and show you guys what I've got going on here. I know you can already see it, but this is my sweater's quantity. My sweater's quantity of strawberry jam on her DK. Look how squishy, how scrumptious, how gorgeous this red is. It is like garnet, but it is ashy. It is so squishy. It is jewel toned, but also fiery. She is spicy. That's what it's spicy. This is spicy red, but it's also so soft, like strawberry jam. It is strawberry jam. Oh, I ordered this from Melanie. I want to say like 2 months ago. Like it was a while ago when I ordered this from her. Because once I fell in love with her yarn and I saw the color, I instantly got inspired. I'm like hugging this yarn. I instantly got inspired. I was like, I want to splurge. I want to make something like for myself, something that is going to be pure joy, that I plan out, that's going to be exciting from beginning to end. I'm going to do it. And when I saw this colorway, I wasn't like into it at first. But then I saw it again and again and again, and I was like, okay, I'm convinced. I need it. So these are going to become a Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie May. And, I've been talking about this. I keep saying the words Cozy Classic Raglan, and I won't stop. You're going to hear me say this again in like 10 minutes. But the Cozy Classic Raglan can either be knit in fingering, like in a fingering plus lace, like mohair or Surrey silk combination, or it can be knit in a DK combination. Oh, God. So the Cozy Classic Raglan can be knit in either a fingering and lace combination or as a DK only combination. I guess it's not a combination, option. So I'm going to definitely opt for the DK option because going through all of that hell with the no frills is really making me stray away from doing any like alternating skeins, holding two yarns together. Yeah, bump that. I don't want to do any of that. I just want simple, easy fun. I want meditative raglan stitches. I want stockinette and around and around and around. And I want to see this beautiful, I want to see this beautiful red become something big, like big enough to wear a sweater. I have already in mind that it's going to have a little bit of a cropped body with full length sleeves. It's going to be like probably the same style as my no frills, but actually successful. Let's just pray to God that we're actually successful in this one and I don't give up. This is strawberry jam and on a superwash merino. Is it superwash? I don't know. 100% merino. 100% merino. No, this is superwash. Superwash merino DK. 100% merino. And she's going to be Cozy Classic. I'm going to take the time after this video to just sit down, get through that tubular cast on, and just start ticking away. I'm really excited. And that brings me into my next Big Little Yarn Co. acquisitions, where Melanie put out her shop update. And you guys, when I say that Melanie kills it every time, I'm not kidding. Like, if you go check her Instagram right now, go see what she's making right now. Go see the colorways that she's making right now for Halloween. If you can see her Beetlejuice and her Coraline, you will understand what I'm talking about when I say that Melanie is magnificent. And she has this crazy eye for color and making things work and doing things completely different. Completely different than what you ever thought it could be. Like, honestly, I can't even explain it. It's just like, I'm going to go on a really quick rant, but when you think of the movie Beetlejuice, you're thinking about black and white and neon green and pink, and it's very bright, and yeah. Go see the way Melanie does her Beetlejuice. It is mauve and moody and variegated. It is crazy. Like, how does she do it? I don't know. Like, how? I don't know. Like, wow, I can't say enough good things. I just love talented people. I love magnificent people. All praise to God for making you as wonderful as you are, Melanie. But sorry, I digress. I'm going back to the fact that she had an update. In her update, she featured some new colorways that were close to her soul and her heart, very Japanese inspired. And the two that caught my eye were Yume, which means dream in Japanese, and I believe this other one is called Himawari. Don't quote me on that, but it means sunflower. Whatever it is, it means sunflower in Japanese. So first is Yume, and can we just, first is Yume, and can we just appreciate her really quick? Let's just appreciate this pastel, pink, purple, yellow, green, blue, blended smoothie, beautiful. And I'm just absolutely in love with these. When I first saw these, I immediately messaged Melanie and I was like, girl, you've done it. This is what I look like. This is who I am as yarn, as a colorway. And she messaged me back and was like, it's funny because when I dyed these up, I immediately thought of you because this seems like something you'd be into. And it is 100%. She mentioned in her YouTube video and her last or one of her other podcasts that whenever you purchase these skeins, that they are, because of the way that they are dyed, they will look different. They are different. No skein will be like the other. Every single one is a one of a kind. So I knew that if I wanted to get enough to make what I want to make, that I had to get on there real fast and pick out the two skeins that I wanted. And I picked the skeins that I thought had the most color variation, that had them, like, some of them were like super pink, some of them were super blue, some of them had more purple in them. So I tried to pick the ones that had the most amount of all the colors in them. And when I use these, I will definitely be alternating skeins because this one is slightly lighter than this one. But I know that with alternating skeins, ooh-wee, she is like, the colors are just going to melt together in this beautiful way. It's gonna be fantastic. Like, let's just take a moment to really truly appreciate Yume for who she is. For who she is. I'm in absolute awe and love. I can't believe these colors. They're so gorgeous. And I will let you know right now that these are going to become you guessed it, Jessie May Cozy Classic Raglan Light. So this past week on Thursday, Jessie May put out the figuring weight version of the Cozy Classic Raglan, and Melanie knit that sweater in her peanut butter jelly colorway, and everybody knit this sweater, and it fits so well. Like, this fit is so good that I know that I have to have one too. And I thought that Yume would be the perfect colorway to make something that is so soft and lightweight and cozy, something just for myself. I plan on knitting the short sleeve cropped one. I only bought 2 skeins, so that's about, oh god, I don't even know how many yards, but I believe that version calls for about 863 yards, and this is just the ticket. So yeah, whenever I finish with the Cozy Classic Raglan, I'm going to move on and do the Cozy Classic Raglan Light in this colorway. So I guess I'm just sitting here building my Melanie Big Little Yarn Co. Jessie May mashup wardrobe, I guess. That brings me into showing you guys the last colorway the last colorway that I purchased from Melanie, which is Sunflower, which is Himawari. And I hope that you gasped when you saw it, because I gasped when I saw it. Because when I say sunflower, this is what I mean. Like, this is what I mean. Like, when I say I want something that is sunflower colored, this is what I mean. This is Sunflower from Stress Knits, and Stress Knits, she's here on YouTube as well. Hey girl. But this is sunflower, and like I get it. Like I get that this like beautiful golden is like this is sunflower, but this is also sunflower. These are sunflower together. They are a sunflower. Like they are perfect together. This is 2-ply. This is 4-ply. Will I try to combine them into one sock? You're darn tootin'. I believe that I'm going to try to make this just a vanilla sock unless I get inspired. But this is a vanilla sock. This will be the heels, toes, and cuffs, and then I will use this for the body just to really highlight that yarn. And I know that that will leave me with enough left over to do something more with the socks because I plan on gifting them to my mother. So, this is Himawari. This is Sunflower by Melanie. She did a fantastic job. These greens are eye-catching. This yellow tones, these little speckles of brown are excellent. Melanie, you hit it out of the park every time. I can't say enough good things. I hope you never get tired of hearing my praise because you're never gonna hear the end of it. Quite honestly, just keep on, keep doing you, girl. But that is it for yarn acquisitions. But boy, do I have another section for you guys. This is still acquisitions, but this is project bags. And recently I have been very, very, very into project bags. Being able to carry my yarn with me is very important to me. It's therapeutic. I personally suffer horribly from anxiety and sometimes my panic attacks or my anxiety attacks, they hit me in the middle of the day, when I'm at work, when I'm walking down the street, when I'm doing anything, when I'm talking to people. It is terrible. It is terrible and it was crippling. But sometimes the only thing that can save me is yarn and knitting and being able to occupy my hands and my mind at the same time and being able to have sensation in the hands and the feelings and then sensation in the visual to be comforted by what I'm doing. When I say knitting is therapeutic, I mean it. And all of the things that come along with knitting, be it the stitch markers, be it the needles, be it the tools we use, the accessories we choose, all of those things, because I can control them, because I can control what is happening, what is being chosen. I did this. Like, I chose the yarn, I chose the pattern, I made those stitches. Like, it is very, very, very essential to me as a person who suffers from anxiety and all those things. So, project bags have been really good to me, like I said. And recently I found this Instagram account who is Nougat Bar Knits. She makes these gorgeous project bags. She is a Korea-based maker, South Korea, I believe, and I'm Korean, so I don't know. I love to support anybody, no matter where you're from. I got that purple yarn from Russia. I got these project bags from Korea, and these are the bags. And so these are these beautiful gingham checked print yarn bags of project bags. I got I believe this is the small size, two of the small size, and then I got one in the large tote size. And they're just so thoughtfully made and so gorgeous. They're like little rectangles that come with a drawstring. And so inside of the bag, you can see here tucked is the handle. And she includes a little strap here that holds a gummy bear stitch marker. And that comes with the bag. Every bag has a gummy bear stitch marker, which I think is so cute. And of course, it detaches and you can hook other ones on there. And the inside lining, you get to pick everything. You get to pick the outside lining, the inside lining, and it also has little pockets on the inside as too. I don't know if you can see that, but it has a little pocket. So I keep like my scissors and my notions, my little I don't want to say this is like vintage, but it's like a little needle case, or no, it's like a little mint box or something that my mom gave me. But I put my needles in there. But yeah, so I ordered these from her. I got a pink one, a yellow one. So the pink one is the same. It's got a little stitch marker. It has a handle, a little drawstring. These are perfect for socks and the beginning of shawls. So I can easily fit 2 balls of yarn in here, you know, toes, heels, cuffs, and another ball of yarn, and my project in here, and all the, and, you know, and the magical circle, the magic loop needles, and, you know, the tin. I can fit everything in here. And this is the large size, which can obviously hold a sweater or a larger shawl, work in progress. This one has 2 straps and also comes with a little gummy bear stitch marker, and I will stand up for dramatic effect. And you can see, you can see the image I'm going for here. You can have it cinched here and carry around like a little market bag on your wrist. Carry your project around here. Just a little bit of that action for you. I think these are so adorable. They are so functional. I'm gonna be putting my closing class of raglan in this one, and probably a pair of socks that I cast on. Maybe the Magic Toadstool Socks will go in this one. I use this one for my vanilla latte socks. So, you know, I'm ready to switch. I'm ready to, you know, do my options. So yeah, these are from Nougat Bar Knits. I ordered them at the beginning of August. I received them at the end of August. So about a well, because she has to make them, of course, she makes them. So I believe it was like a week for her to make them, ship them out, and then 3 weeks for them to arrive, which I believe is a really good turnaround time, especially for like COVID, of all things, to be occurring at the same time. And I definitely recommend them. Very well made. And these other project bags is from a maker that you might know, Rachel from Maven Crafted on Instagram. She has been blowing up lately. She does everything. She dyes yarn, she sews, she does patterns. She does a little bit of everything. Like, she's really a jack of all trades. She's super talented, and she's got like this like moody goth kind of persona aesthetic thing going on there, which I really am into. So she put out a shop update that included project bags, and I definitely had to get my hands on them. They come in this like Japanese knot bag style, and she picks out the best, like literally the most perfect fabrics ever. And so these are the 2 that I got. Well, I'll show you this one first. This is what her bags look like. So it's like a Japanese knot style tie bag. So it has one strap that is short and then one that is long. And what you do is you tuck the long one into the short one. It makes a cute little pouch that you can put your wrist through. So this is the small size. This is the sock size. And you can definitely fit like 2 half skeins in, plus your project, and it's very cute because it'll end up like, if you fold out the edges like this, then it kind of sits open like a little bucket, and you can get your yarn out like that, and being able to very quickly cinch it up, hold everything together. I really like the idea. I really like the design. So this is the pattern. This pattern was on pre-order. It is like a pink clementine pattern. I think this is adorable. This little guy right here, this one up here is like, I'm really feeling her. Yeah, I love this pattern. I love the style of the bag. It's very precious. She even has like her little tag on the inside as well. So you can see that branding, that logo. She is on point. I got this one. And I also got this one, this pattern. So this pattern is another like citrusy pattern, but it's very green, very pretty. Like, you guys can see where I'm going with this one. This one is actually a set. It came with not only a bag, but a sock cozy, so that you, when you're knitting your socks and you have it on DPNs or whatever needles you have on them, it comes with buttons, so you can tuck your DPNs in there and you won't lose the needles or the stitches coming off of there while you have the sock sticking out the other end, which I think is a genius idea. I don't use DPNs, but what the heck, it came with it and it's cute. So if I ever did use DPNs, I would of course use this. And I love the lining on this one. It's chartreuse color. I have a little ball of yarn in here just to add a little weight, but same deal. This one is also the small size for socks, so it fits like this. in the little pouch, which is super adorable, very cute, functional. You get the gist, a nice little something something for you there. And I am completely obsessed. I think these are so adorable. They are very functional. They're very cute. The way that they sit open like a little bento box so that you can access everything. And the inside is genius. I know that they do offer patterns for this bag style on Etsy, you know, and you can buy your own cotton fabric and you can make your own, so it's definitely that way. But I definitely recommend, of course, supporting other businesses and makers, because sometimes I see things that you can't. I am trying to dabble more in the sewing world, and I've been inspired by Rachel and this type of bag. It seemed like it's very beginner friendly in the construction as far as sewing goes, so I actually do want to try to make my own. I ordered fabric on Etsy and I purchased the sock pattern. I do have a Cricut machine that I will be using to cut the fabric, and we will see how it goes from there, because me and a sewing machine, we're not too close as friends. We're not too buddy. I don't really understand sewing machines. I'll definitely have to take some time to learn about sewing machines, but I think that would be a really cool, fun project, just something DIY to do for myself, you know, something change of pace. I've been really looking for a change of pace lately. Knitting has been so much fun, and buying yarn and thinking of new things to do is so much fun. But I kind of wanted to dip my toes into different kind of other crafts as well. Maybe show some tutorials, do some things like that. I want to try making patterns. Trying to make project bags, but I also been thinking a lot about dyeing my own yarn. Maybe it's a saturated market. I don't know. People like to gatekeep, not share their sources and things. But I have a lot of good friends, good dyer friends who are so generous and kind enough to share their tips and things with me. So I've been working on, something on the side, trying to figure out what yarn bases I want to use, what things I want to try, see what I can come up with, maybe see if I'm talented at all at putting color on a canvas. Maybe not, but even if so, I think it would still be something fun to try and do for myself every once in a while. So yeah, I'm looking forward into that. And yeah, I just like being crafty, I guess, but man, this was kind of a doozy. This is a long one. Maybe I will have to cut out a whole bunch of it like I did last week. If I'm rambling too much, I'm sorry. I finally got a chance to slow down and talk with you guys today, and that made me really happy. Thank you so much if you stayed and watched the whole thing. Thank you so much if you were excited, as I am, about any of this stuff. And also thank you guys so much for your comments, and on the comments on the last video. I'm so happy. You guys make me so happy. I'm so happy that we have a community, that we can talk, that we can relate. You guys share so much good insight and input and recommendations. Like the pattern recommendations that you guys sent last week, gorgeous. You guys have such fantastic taste. I definitely added a bunch of those to my queue, and I'm already planning, looking through my little collection of yarn and trying to figure out what I want to do where. And I'm just really excited. Thank you guys so much for being here, for being excited with me, for just watching any of this. I really, truly appreciate you guys. I can't wait to come back next week and show, well, not even next week, because this has been 2 weeks since my last one, but, I just can't wait to come back and talk to you guys again, and show you guys what I'm working on next, and talk more. And thank you so much again for being here. Please comment, subscribe. If you liked, comment, or subscribe, I appreciate you. It means the world to me, truly, honestly, to have any support, or just to have someone to talk to in the first place. And yeah, so my name is Tiara. You can find me at The Love Stitch on Instagram, Tiara Renee at Ravelry. Anything I talked about in this episode will be in the description box below. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Please enjoy whatever product you're knitting on. Please tell me what you're knitting on in the comments below. Please send me more product recommendations. Please, please blow my mind every day. Please, please. Thank you so much for being here. You know, I love you so much. You're the best at everything you do. You can only do what you say you can do. You only are what you say you are. Don't let anybody else tell you that you aren't. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. You are spectacular. You are magnificent. I love you so much. Mwah. Goodbye.